like giving myself a bit of an at-home facial, and I just feel that my skin needs a bit of brightness and oomph putting back into it. So I've got some amazing goodies, let me show you, from Philosophy, which I'm going to be creating my at-home facial with. There is an at-home peel. I love a good peel. I've been using peels in my treatments for years and years and years. I do them on my own skin regularly. I do them on my clients. They are skin transforming. So I'm really quite excited about doing this brightening at-home facial. Okay, so I am going to start with obviously cleansing. Cleansing is my favourite bit of a skincare routine. I think it's your cornerstone of looking after your skin at home. I've actually got the choice of 2 cleansers. We've got the original 3-in-1 Purity Cleanser. Do you know what? This is the #1 best-selling cleanser in America. How incredible is that? So this particular cleanser, let me tell you about my choice, because I've got a choice between these two. The original 3-in-1, which cleanses, tones and hydrates. There is meadow seed oil in here, so there's a little bit of that hydration going on. I think it's 12 essential oils, really delicate, so nothing that's going to irritate the skin either. This is great for all skin types. The new Purity Oil Free is, as it sounds, oil free. It hasn't got the oil aspect in there, but they've got bamboo extract which is added, which has a little bit more of a mattifying effect on the skin. So if you're oily prone, you know, maybe you come up with a few spots, maybe a bit hormonal, maybe a guy, a man's skin, whether that's you or your partner, it's great for just helping rebalance some of that oil production. So there is now the 2 choices in cleanser. Crazy. Let me actually start by tying my hair back. That might help. Let's tie it out the way. Like so. There we go. Hair out the way. So I've got a little bit of makeup on. But I'm just going to do the 1 cleanse. So the 3-in-1 cleanser, I could damp the skin first, however I'm not going to. I'm going to add a little bit of water to this. That's about a 20p piece size. Adding a little bit of water. It doesn't necessarily foam. Kind of does, but doesn't. And starting at the top, spreading over my face and down my neck. So this is brilliant to use morning, evening, any time of the day. I find it's gentle but effective. Great for keeping in the shower. I do keep mine in the shower. My partner and my kiddies also use this. So, sides of nose, into chin, up to hairline. Often we forget the hairline. So this is gentle enough to take off your mascara. You can grab hold of lashes and pull down, so it will take off everything. Warm water on a cloth, wipe and remove. If I'd got heavier makeup on, I'd be doing that again, but I don't, so I won't. Okay, so that's the cleanse part. Now I'm going to go on to the peeling part. So with that in mind, I'm going to pat the skin dry. I'm using a baby muslin. You could use a towel, you could use tissue, whatever works for you. So skin's just a little bit damp, but absolutely fine. So Philosophy have, it's called the Micro Delivery Resurfacing Peel. It comes in a 2-part. This is step 1, which is vitamin C and peptides, and this is step 2, which is a blend of acids. We've got lactic and salicylic. So they work in conjunction with each other. So we're starting with this. You can see I've scooped out quite a few times already with this. I'm loving it. I'm going to use a grape size amount. I'm just going to squish it slightly between my fingertips and then apply forehead, down nose, cheeks, chin. So you will feel there is a texture to this. So there's a gentle scrub, even though I think when we feel something, we almost feel, right, we need to use this, we need to make it work. That's not necessarily its action. Yes, you can smooth it across the surface of the skin to do a gentle physical exfoliation. But ideally, we just smush it on and leave it for a few minutes. I must admit, I still quite like a physical exfoliation. I know everybody's gone acid happy, and I love acids, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love them. But in my clinic, and I know many clinics around the world, will actually do some kind of physical exfoliation, whether it's a dermabrasion or something like that, before then applying an acid. They clear the way for the acids to be more effective. So I'm leaving that on. Vitamin C, great for brightening the skin. Peptides, great for supporting collagen production. I'm then going to activate this with the second part, with step 2, which is a blend of lactic and salicylic acid. This is a gentle blend, so you can safely apply it to your fingers to massage it in. It's a clear gel. I'm squishing it and then applying it all over. I am quite generous with it. I'm going to actually add, you'll see here, it goes almost a little bit white and slightly fizzy. There's an oxygenation effect that happens when the two of them are blended together. I wouldn't be using this over broken skin. You're going to feel it. It's good for all skin types, except I wouldn't be using it on active acne or a rosacea skin. But if you want to brighten, smooth, refine, this is great for all of those things. So I'm going to leave that on. Again, I'm not feeling any sensation, even with those mild little acids. So lactic acid is my favourite acid of all time. It exfoliates, but it also stimulates our moisture response within the skin. And then the salicylic, which is actually a BHA, which has more of an antibacterial effect on the skin. Okay, so ideally we leave this on, dependent on your skin and how it's responding, anything, I'd say 2, 3, 4 minutes. I am going to remove this off. I'm using a damp, I use a mitt, I've got these from my clinic, but a damp flannel, a cloth, a muslin, anything like that. Don't be too hefty with the remove, because there is those little particles in there. I don't want you being too aggressive with the skin, so just go over the surface reasonably light to remove those. And I do find you need to be quite thorough with the remove over again to make sure it's thoroughly removed. Let's just give that a pat dry. You might actually, when the skin is dry, if you're just worried that there's a few little particles left, if you wait for it to dry, you can just maybe give it a little bit of a brush over, whether it's with a dry muslin or towel or something, just to make sure all those little particles are gone. Okay, so I'm going to go on with an eye cream. I think from the age of 30 onwards, you need to be considering an eye product. They are formulated to target the delicate skin around the eyes. I'm using the Purity Made Simple Eye Cream. Its texture is quite interesting actually. It's not a cream as in a cream. I know that sounds odd. It's got a little bit of a gel type texture to it. I'm just putting a little bit between my fingertips and then I'm tapping it around and I'm going over. It's light enough to go over the top of as well. We often forget the delicate eyelids. Taking it under. There is some great antioxidants in here. Vitamin C for brightening, vitamin E for hydration, B. Vitamin B is an understated or underestimated skin loving ingredient. It's great for so many things. There we go, so that's feeling nice and fresh. It's just such a lovely light texture then. And then I'm going on with the moisturiser. I don't want to put anything too heavy on my skin at the moment. I want hydration but not heavy, if that makes sense. So I'm using the Purity Made Simple Moisturiser. Again, same kind of antioxidants, actually similar antioxidants to the eye product. A special green tea antioxidant in this, with your vitamin C and E. I'm using 2 pumps, I think, on my skin. Again, I'm just spreading, and then I'm going to dot it from forehead down, and then go back and smooth. So I find with this particular moisturiser, even though it's really light in its texture, it feels really hydrating, but like I said, not too heavy on the skin. So if you've got what I'd call a normal skin, I know not many people have a normal skin, but you're not experiencing extreme dryness and you're not breaking out, somewhere in between, this is a really nice texture of moisturise. I could imagine for those in your, let's say, 20s and 30s, you're probably going to really like this. That's not excluding the age brackets either side of that as well. I'm obviously way outside of that age bracket at 45 and I'm still loving it. It's just, it feels hydrating but fresh on the skin, which is exactly what I want to achieve at the moment. So there we go. That's a little at-home brightening and reviving facial using the Philosophy products. I hope you've enjoyed that. Please do put any of your questions below. Have you tried any of these? You know, I would love to know if you've experienced any of these products, if you've got any favourites, if you've got any recommendations. It's always great to create a little bit of a community sharing some skincare love. I really look forward to sharing lots more with you soon.